Hello everyone, welcome back to Mr. Chuffy84. My name's Steve and I'm here to do my first movie review for a long time. In fact, it's a joint movie review, as you will have seen in the title. And it's been requested by a good friend of mine who I went to school with. And I hope that you all enjoy this. As I say, it's been the first time. Before I go on, a couple of things you have already noticed or may notice as we go on. Firstly, I'm not wearing my glasses. Now, there is a reason for that, and that's because my eyes are fine. It's just that it's the lighting situation this evening. If I have my glasses on, all you're going to see is just screen reflection in the lenses. So you're not going to be able to see my eyes properly. So that's why I've taken my glasses off. And also, if you notice as the review goes on, I got a bit of a gap in my front teeth because one of my front teeth is chipped, and it's been filled twice already. And unfortunately, the filling came out again during the pandemic, and I've got to have it filled again. It's the bane of my life. So yeah, it's really annoying, and I'm conscious of it when I smile and whatever. So I do apologise about that if you do notice it. So there we are. Anyway, but I'm back today, first time for a while, doing two films, and these are films that I have to confess I probably wouldn't have seen if it wasn't for one person who has been a big part of my life during the pandemic. Because of all the oh, and by the way, I hope you've all been keeping safe and well 18 months into the pandemic, and it's been the darkest of times for all of us. It's been a very tragic time for so many of us, but there have been positives too. For me personally, there has been a very positive thing with all of this, and that is that at long last, at 37 years old, I finally entered my first relationship, which I didn't know if it would ever happen. I had almost given up on, hoping that I'd find someone, but thankfully it was a friend of a friend who I met last August, and we became friends, and then we started going out a few months ago, and it's been wonderful. It's been lovely, and of course my partner's been introducing me to films which, to be honest, as I say, I don't think I would have even watched originally. So I'm talking about two musicals, one of which being Mamma Mia, the first one, that is, we haven't seen the second one yet, and The Greatest Showman. So, Mamma Mia. Well, firstly, the music of ABBA, which my respect for ABBA has grown over the last few years. I was never a fan of ABBA growing up. I have to say that. I was never a fan. Whenever I heard Waterloo or Dancing Queen or whatever, I thought to myself, yeah, it's okay, it's all right. You know. But then, oh gosh, it was a long time ago. I played drums in a show, a local sort of gang show, and one of the songs that was chosen for it was Does Your Mother Know? Which is one of ABBA's songs. And it was the first time that I listened to an ABBA song and I thought, that is good. I like that song. That is really good. And then in more recent years, I think thanks to the hospital radio work that I do, I got to hear ABBA stuff more and more. And so I got to listen to the songs more and sort of really pay more attention to them. So, yeah, Waterloo, Dancing Queen, Mamma Mia, the really big songs, SOS, all those songs. And, I had I've gained a much better respect for ABBA in more recent years. So I went into the film knowing the songs more. And it's a feel-good movie, and you know what? I did enjoy it. As far as the story is concerned, I mean, at the end of the day, with musicals like Mamma Mia, the story is really not the most important thing. It's about people enjoying ABBA's music, but set to whatever setting the film is. And for that, I think it works extremely well. I think all the songs in the film, I think, work very, very well. Um, I thought that the performances were good by everybody involved in the film. Amanda Seyfried, who plays the young lady in the film, she was really, really good. Inviting the three gentlemen who she wants to find out which of these three gentlemen is her father, her biological father. Um, so you have Pierce Brosnan, you have Colin Firth, and you have the third gentleman who I can't remember his name, and I'm really, really sorry about that. I can't remember the actor's name. So they all turn up to Greece, for Amanda Seyfried's character's wedding, and she wants them all to be there, to be part of her big day. Of course, it causes all kinds of complications and whatever. And that's the whole point of the story, is to find out which of these gentlemen is the father of Amanda Seyfried's character. So the whole plot revolves around that. But everybody looks as if they're having a wonderful time. Julie Walters especially. My goodness me. She enjoyed herself so much doing that film. I'm sure of it. Throughout the whole film, she looks like she's having a whale of a time, and it's wonderful. And those scenes with the ladies, with Amanda, with Meryl Streep, it's good. And there are even some scenes with Amanda, with Meryl, and the other actress who's in that sort of that trio. My apologies for not researching this very, very well before the video. Some moments look a bit improvised as well, which is great, because one or two moments look a bit spontaneous, which the director thought, "Oh, this is so good, we've got to keep this in," and that's fine, that's excellent, and I like moments like that. So that was great, and then the three gentlemen, obviously Pierce, Colin, the other gentleman, the potential fathers, all good as well. The singing, yeah, we all know about Pierce Brosnan, not really a singer, but where he does sing well is the ballad at the end of the film. He sings that kind of material, the ballads, better than the rockier songs like he does SOS with Meryl Streep. That doesn't quite work for him, I have to say. But it's the ballad at the end of the film where he marries Meryl at the end. I think that's right, isn't it? Yeah. Then that works fine. Meryl Streep is very, very good. So is Amanda. Amanda Seyfried has a lovely voice, actually. Really, really impressed with her voice. And one of the biggest surprises was Colin Firth. He doesn't do much singing in the film, but what he does do, I thought he did pretty well. And I think there's even a couple of scenes of him playing guitar on the boat. And I think by watching his fingers and his chord shapes, I mean, I don't play guitar, but if you watch guitarists enough, you get a good idea if they're really playing or not. And I think Colin was, by the looks of it. I may be wrong, of course. He may have been miming it very, very well, and someone showed him how to do it, but it looked as if he knew what he was doing. So that was great. I was really, really surprised. And it is a feel-good film, and I got caught up in it, and I thought it was great fun. I really, really did. And it was a big surprise for me. The one disappointment for me, I must admit, was the how that whole story of the three potential fathers all kind of wrapped up at the end. And it was a bit of a cop-out for me, and it was all, we want to know, who is the father? Is it Pierce? Is it Colin? Is it the other guy? And it just during the wedding scene at the end of the film, it was a case of all of them saying, "I'll be a third of your father." I'll be a third. And I just thought, oh my goodness, really? Is that the best that they could have done with that? I guess I can understand. I can see why, in a way. But for a lot of people, I'm sure that was a bit of a disappointment. They wanted one of them to definitely be the father. But they thought, well, why not have all three of them share responsibilities and be a third of the father. I just thought it was a bit of a cop out, but personally. But there you go, But as I say, the story really is not the most important thing about a film. It really about a musical. The story is not the most important thing, but it's about the music and the songs. So there you go. But it's certainly in this case. But it was good fun. It was great fun. And then The Greatest Showman. Now, The Greatest Showman on release had very mixed reviews. There were people that loved it, that thought it was absolutely amazing. Obviously, especially the younger audience lapped it up. They absolutely loved it. On the hospital radio work that I do voluntary every week. This Is Me and Rewrite the Stars. Those were the two most requested songs one year, especially from the young people on the children's ward. We got those songs all the time because the songs were very popular, especially those two. So there were some people that loved it, and there were some critics and others that didn't like it at all. Mark Kermode, one of our leading critics, said he thought it was a very poor movie initially, but then he saw it again with a much bigger audience and actually got caught up in it second time around, and he actually had a bit more respect for it. I again enjoyed this film more than I thought I would. As I say, I've only seen it once. Not all the songs are memorable for me. Certainly, I knew that This Is Me, Rewrite the Stars, and a couple of others which are very, very well known, and I knew them, and they are good. They're very, 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 very good. Some others though weren't as memorable, but the production is extremely good in this film. It is a beautiful looking film. It's very well done visually. This film is a spectacle. It's very well done. As far as the story goes, based on a true story, I thought it was okay. I thought the story was all right. The film does have obviously very important messages for all of us, not to be ashamed of who we are, but to be proud of ourselves, no matter how we look. Fat, thin, got loads of facial hair. However you look. At the end of the day, you need to stand up for yourself and say to people, "This is me. I'm not gonna be, I may get knocked down, but I will get up again, and I will prove to everybody that I am who I am. This is me. There you are. And be proud of yourself. Don't be ashamed of who you are. No matter what your orientation is, what your religion, you are who you are, and that is that. And that is a very important message. It's a very, very important message in this film, and I think it works very, very well. I really, really do. The performances again are very, very good. Hugh Jackman leading the film, of course. He's excellent. I didn't realise that he was behind the concept of the film, that he was involved in it right from the very, very start. That it was himself and the director, who was a music video director originally, and you can tell. And I did wonder if the director of The Greatest Showman had a history of working in music videos, because the choreography, which is fantastic, by the way, in The Greatest Showman, it did have a kind of a music video kind of feel to it as well. So I was not surprised when I found out that the director of this film had a history of working in directing music videos. But it's superb. The choreography is tremendous. The musical numbers are very well staged, very, very well done. And on the whole, I thought that it was a very enjoyable film. And like Mamma Mia, I liked it even more than I thought that I would have done. So there you are, everyone. That's Mamma Mia and The Greatest Showman. I've been revisiting, or I am in the process now of revisiting some films actually that I saw many years ago, and as you know, I've revisited the Sergio Leone spaghetti westerns not so long ago. I did a review of those. I'm in the process now of revisiting some films I've not seen in years. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the Steven Spielberg film, for example. I saw that the other night, so hopefully I'll do a review on that one. I've also going to be looking at a film which I didn't get first time round, but it's one of the most celebrated westerns of all time, and that's Clint Eastwood's Unforgiven from 1991, 92, early 90s anyway. And of all the hype, and one of the greatest westerns ever made, first time round, I came away thinking, was it really worth all that hype? It was all right, but it's one of those where you think, you know what, maybe I should just give it another try. So I have got it, and I'm gonna review it. I'm gonna watch it and hopefully do a review of it. Plus, also a couple of films I've not seen yet, which I've always wanted to see. The Boat That Rots by Richard Curtis, because it's a radio themed movie, and of course I do the hospital radio, and so I thought I'd give that a try. And a film called The Right Stuff from 1983, a movie about a group of astronauts, starring Scott Glenn. Again, it's a film. It's directed by Philip Kaufman. I've been wanting to see that for a long, long time, so I'm going to be checking that out as well. So hopefully more reviews on the way. I've got a busy few weeks ahead, so I'll do them whenever I can. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed this one, folks, and I will look forward to catching you all again soon. All right, take care of yourselves, folks. All the best. Bye-bye.